Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and we're bringing you another outfit guide. Today we'll be doing one of John Wayne's many iconic characters, that being Ethan Edwards, the main character of his film The Searchers. So let's just dive on in and start off with weapons. Alright, so the first weapon we'll be looking at is one Cattleman revolver, and we're going to be basing that off of Ethan's Colt single action army revolver from the movie. And now actually an interesting thing to note about this is that this revolver appearing in the movie at all is anachronistic because this movie takes place just a few years after the Civil War, and of course this weapon would not appear in the Wild West until like 1873. It being in here at all is very, very historically inaccurate, but basically everyone in the movie uses one, so we're just going to stick to it anyway. With that in mind, I did my best here to try to imitate the look his has. It's not perfect, but his is primarily, it's got a black grip with no engraving, no carvings on it, and then the rest of it is the standard kind of factory finish with the black or blued for the cylinder and the barrel and the sights and the trigger, and I used black here, and then I used the brown for the hammer and the frame because it kind of helps with that heat-treated kind of blued look that a lot of these guns had back then. And I also took a viewer suggestion and I did some engravings on it and made those black engravings to kind of help give it that, to help with that appearance, make it look a little bit more like it's the heat-treated kind of look. So that's why I went with this. I think it looks decent. I think the revolver itself looks interesting, but I also think it looks pretty decent if I'm trying to imitate the gun from the movie. So that's the first weapon that he's known for in this movie. Let's take a look at the second. All right, the next weapon that I'd like to talk about is, well, in the game, it's just the Lancaster repeater, but in the movie, he actually uses a Winchester Model 1892, which, as you know, like I said for the last one, is not going to be historically accurate because that gun obviously wouldn't exist for a long time until after this movie takes place, but it is the gun he uses in the movie. But with that in mind, we'll just take our Lancaster and we're going to pop, I think I have mesquite grips on here, but anything, walnut, mahogany, any of those are going to look fine on this. And then I just went with all brown steel because that's what his looks like in the movie. So again, like I said, neither of these firearms are historically accurate for the time period that it takes place in, but it's important to remember that a lot of these John Wayne Westerns used literally the exact same guns because they were all owned by the studio. It's something that is easy to miss if you don't know much about history and the American West. But yeah, at this time, he would have been using an early model. If he had a repeater, it probably would have been an earlier model Henry or a Spencer or something like that. And out of all the revolvers in the game, the most realistic one for him to be using would be the Navy 1851. Because out of all the guns in the game, that's the only one he would have been able to get because it's the only one that existed at that time. But in any case, I should clarify, it's not the only revolver that existed at that time. It's just the only one that exists in Red Dead Online that existed at that time. But that's all for weapons, so let's get on to the outfit. Alright, so here is our outfit, and for as far as facial hair and hair goes, all I did was I gave it brown hair and made it clean shaven with stubble, because that's basically how John Wayne looks in this movie. Now obviously my face doesn't look like John Wayne, but there's not much that can be done about that, because I'm terrible with the sliders in this game. But in any case, this is his kind of main signature outfit from the movie. He can be seen wearing at least 3 different outfits. There's this one, which like I said is like the signature outfit that was used in the promo art and everything. And then there's this exact outfit, but without the chaps. I'm assuming that was a comfort thing for John Wayne because I imagine wearing chaps like this for no reason probably isn't all that comfortable. But anyway, so there's that, this one, then there's one without chaps, and then there's one much later in the film when I believe they're in Mexico, where he's wearing like a light checkered shirt and a large white hat. I will not be covering that one in this video. It's an interesting outfit and I really like it because it makes John Wayne look pretty silly. That's neither here nor there. Let's just go through this one piece at a time. So the first place that we're going to stop is the hat, and I chose the black stalker hat because it's almost exactly the right shape and it's the right color because for most of the film he wears a black hat like this. Only thing that's wrong is the band around the hat that he wears in the movie I think is actually silver, whereas this one is kind of black, so it matches the hat. That being said, it's close enough that it looks basically exactly the same. So that's the hat. Then our next stop is the bandana, and I chose this kind of worn out blue pattern bandana. The bandana he wears in the movie is solid blue, and there's a solid blue option in here, but actually there's 2, and one of them is too light and the other one's a little bit too close to purple. So this one is the one I went with. Any blue bandana would do, but this one I think is the best. For the shirt, I went with the red bibbed shirt, and that's because it's literally perfect, or I should say it's almost literally perfect. This one has a button down in the center of the bottom. The one he wears in the movie does not. It just has the 2 rows along the side, but it's still a plain red bibbed shirt like this, so I think it's remarkably close to being perfect. You can either do the sleeves all the way down or rolled up. He wears it both ways in the movie, so I chose to do it rolled up just to give the outfit a little bit more pizzazz, I guess. But yeah, this is the shirt. There is no other shirt that is a good substitute for this outfit. Then for the suspenders, I went with the yellow crossback suspenders because he can be seen wearing thick yellow yellow suspenders throughout the movie. A little bit thicker than this. There are some other ones that look good enough, you know, the other yellow suspender options that look good, but I think these ones look the best. And they're the ones I chose to go with. Then for the gun belt, I went with this light brown variant of the Bandit gun belt. It looks pretty dang similar to the one he wears in the movie. At one point in the movie, in his Mexico outfit, you can see he's actually wearing a two-toned gun belt with kind of like a darker brown center and then a lighter suede kind of looking light tan for the outside. It's actually interesting that in the story, he would have changed his gun belt for the outfit. I find that kind of funny. But for the rest of the movie, he wears a pretty standard-looking brown gun belt like this. He actually wears his a little bit higher. It doesn't drop down. It's actually closer to waist height. But that's just the way that John Wayne, I believe, found his gun belt to be most comfortable, because in most of his movies, he wears it like that. But this one looks a lot like it. It's his just has a plain, simple, gold square belt buckle, kind of like this one, except his is a little bit bigger. But it looks very, very similar. And of course, he only uses one holster, because he does not dual-wield revolvers in this movie. So this is the gun belt. So for pants, I actually went with these kind of clean blue studded pants. I considered going with these dirty ones, but the ones he wears in the movie are a little bit bluer, so I figured that the wore out ones wouldn't work as good for this outfit. So that's why I went with the clean ones. If you were going to do this outfit without the chaps, I would do the dirty ones just because they give it a little bit better look. But for this outfit with the chaps, definitely these clean blue studded pants. Then for the chaps, I actually had to spend some gold because the cash chap options in the game aren't quite as good, but this color of the Batwing chaps looks exactly like the ones he wears in the movie. So that's why I went with these. Like I said, if you don't want to spend any gold, but you still want to wear the chaps, then these Alvarado chaps are probably your best option. Like I said, they don't look nearly as well as the other ones do in comparison to his movie outfit, but I think they work passingly well if you don't want to spend the gold. But like I said, yeah, the Batwing chaps definitely look better. For the boots, I went with just these plain light brown Warren Roper's boots because they look almost exactly like the boots he wears in the movie. Really, any plain brown boots would be fine. They don't have any ornamentation on them, but they're about this shade of brown, and they should be boots. And then for the spurs, I went with these kind of reddish brown Gurdon spurs because that's what his in the movie look like. Again, any star-shaped spurs with sort of a reddish brown, I don't know what you call that, the wrap, the part that holds it to the boot, will work fine, but I think these ones work the best. So yeah, if you ever wanted to create Ethan Edwards from The Searchers, this is the outfit to do it. But that brings us to the end of the episode. If you like this, definitely leave a like and maybe a comment. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel, especially if you've been here before, because roughly 94-95% of my viewers do not subscribe to my channel. So that's kind of a bummer for me, because getting subscriptions is the only way for a small channel like mine to hope to get recommended to other people. So it's literally the only way I can grow. And that's especially considering like the 95% of people not subscribing to the channel is especially bad when you consider that about 60% of my viewers are return viewers. Definitely, if you can, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell so you can get notifications and see my videos daily. And like I said, if you liked it, definitely leave a like. But other than that, the best thing you can do would be to go down in the comments section and leave any recommendations for any outfits or anything like that that you'd like me to recreate in Red Dead Online. I like reading them because they're very interesting, and whenever I can, I will always try to recreate them and make a video. So, thanks for watching, and have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.